Someday my prince will come. Someday we'll meet again, and the way to his castle will go. To be happy forever, I know. Someday when
You know, this is a misconception about janitorial work. While it may not be the best thing since bubblegum, janitorial work at Sesame Place isn't really as bad as that. As part of the operations team, you will be working on the janitorial crew on a periodic basis. Your day on that crew will be divided among 4 main areas of responsibility. Tables, making sure that the outdoor table areas are kept clean. Roving is maintaining general park cleanliness by sweeping in specific areas. Trash duties consist of collecting and compacting the park's trash. And finally, with the restrooms, you'll make sure they are clean and well stocked. This tape will show you the basics you'll need to know in order to effectively perform in these 4 areas. Keep in mind, we don't expect you to know everything after watching it. We do hope, however, that it gives you a comfortable starting point to approach your janitorial responsibilities. Remember, guests always rate cleanliness as one of the most important factors in enjoying the park. Soon it'll be up to you to help maintain that cleanliness. It isn't always easy, but it is always important. Knowing the right way of doing things is half the battle, and that's why I'm here. I'm Skip Johnson, and I'll be your host. Oh, that's why he's here too. That's Lou, our cleaning madman. He and I are going to take you on a whirlwind tour of the world of janitorial. Let's start with tables. No one likes to eat at a dirty table, but if there's no other seating available, a guest will take what they can get. And if what they get is a dirty table, you can bet that they won't be happy. So your challenge is to clean an empty table before it gets new occupants. Sometimes you'll see a family sitting down at a dirty table before you can get to it. In that case, don't hesitate to approach the family and politely ask them if they would like to have their table cleaned. The most important thing is to be quick and thorough. The procedure for cleaning tables is quite simple. First, you clear off all the leftover debris. If possible, dump the debris in a nearby garbage can. Of course, if you're not near a garbage can, just set it aside till you're finished. Now reach for your trusty sponge and spray bottle to finish the job. Although the tabletop is litter-free, it's not quite clean enough. A few squirts of cleaning solution and a quick wipe down will make that table sparkle. A Sesame Place guest expects cleanliness everywhere, but when food is involved, it's especially important. During off-peak moments, there are a few more jobs that need to be done. The seat and back of the chairs should be wiped down regularly. It's crucial that you always check the chairs. After all, nobody wants to sit in sticky spilled soda or drippy ice cream. A less obvious but frequently grungy area is the base of the table. An occasional wipe down at the base will eliminate the accumulation of food factory food residue that seems to build up down there. As you might guess, all that wiping gives you a very dirty sponge. Don't forget to thoroughly rinse out your sponge when necessary. Otherwise, you'll just be wiping dirty tables with a dirty sponge. Not a terrific idea in anybody's book. One other responsibility when you're doing tables is to collect the food factory trays and return them to the restaurant. Also, be sure you know where you can find a broom and bucket so you can clean up any messes on the ground around the tables. And keep in mind, there are a lot of small children around, and a bottle of cleaner, left unattended, can fall into the wrong hands very quickly. So be sure that you keep an eye on your spray cleaner bottle and anything else that could be dangerous in small hands. One final thing. If you're doing tables and you see a guest who needs help, say carrying a tray or finding a table, then offer your assistance. Well, that about does it for tables. As you can guess, the mechanics of the job are simple. The key is to keep pace with the messes being created around you. That isn't always simple. You know, usually when a person walks around with a broom and bucket sweeping up trash, they're called sweepers. But at Sesame Place, they're called rovers. Not that you won't sweep when you're a rover. That is your primary janitorial duty, and what we'll concentrate on here. Additionally, though, you'll have a great opportunity to interact with guests, and your courtesy, friendliness, and helpfulness will play a large role in forming the guests' impressions of the park. What makes roving a challenge is the variety of situations you'll encounter. The most common, however, is a piece of trash. Using a broom and bucket, you'll have to clean up the trails of trash dropped by our merry guests. Trash collects everywhere. As a rover, you'll be assigned a specific area to cover. Your challenge is to briskly hunt down the trash in every nook and cranny of that assigned area. Of course, if roving was just sweeping, it would be a cinch, but there's more to it than that. There are ashtrays all over the park which fill up very quickly with cigarette butts and other assorted debris. Try to empty these each time you pass by one, for the sake of appearance and safety. Also, using a bucket of water and a sponge, clean these ashtrays periodically to remove the ashes and build up grime. Another detail is picking the litter out of the flower beds and other landscaped areas. For some reason, an alarming amount of litter winds up in the landscaping, not exactly adding to the botanical beauty of the park, so be sure to check those areas. Don't forget, cleaning equipment should never be left unattended, and this includes a broom and bucket. Even two items as seemingly harmless as these should always be watched or put away when not in use. There's one other thing you should be prepared for. With all of these kids around, there are occasional small digestive accidents. By covering the offending matter with a special absorbent powder, the mess can be cleaned up easily. Allow it to stand for a few moments, then everything can be swept up and disposed of in any garbage can. I guess you could say that roving is the potluck janitorial duty. When roving, be prepared to deal with all sorts of adventures. And again, if a guest needs assistance of any kind, don't hesitate to help out. This is probably a good time to mention that it's everyone's responsibility to pick up trash when they see it, not just rovers. After all, a rover can't get everything.